All right, we're going to take a look at Savage Dragon number one today. Number one of the mini of the regular series. So we've just looked at the mini series 1 through 3, and then the publishing history of Savage Dragon's a little rough. So we had Image Zero, which has a story that takes place before issue 1, but it was published well after the fact. I think Larson, he bitched about this repeatedly in the letters pages because he needed this to come out before his new issue 1 was going to come out. He finished his stuff, and then everybody else was dragging their feet, so it took forever for this to get published. I'm not sure about the exact date. I think it was just later in the year. But there's a troll story with Rob Liefeld, and some McFarlane gives some just centerfolds. And Savage Dragon has a little story here, picking up where issue 3 left off, where him and Debbie have had a night together, I guess. And it's just a little domestic scene. But then there's a knock at the door. Debbie takes a bullet to the head. And then the gunman blows his own brains out. Just, oh my God. So, just a nice Savage Dragon story there. And then also, Savage Dragon versus Megaton Man came out before issue 1. I don't think this really has too much importance to the main story, except for this is the first appearance of Johnny Redbeard's Next Men, which is a play on John Byrne's Next Men. Byrne and Larson had a dispute over a lot of stuff, but Image Comics creation specifically. So, and I think this character, I may be 100% wrong. We'll find out. But I think this character turns into Savage She-Dragon, maybe. Anyway, but this is a fun issue because it's got both artists. It's got Larson and forgot his name, Don Simpson on this. So it's a pretty wild issue, just to contrast to their styles and stuff. And I've got a bunch of these Megaton Man issues too. It's pretty good. I've got some of these Megaton Man issues, but anyway, this is that's great. This is a cool slag heap. And yeah, so they pretty much leave him where we had him last time, as a cop in Chicago. So let's get into the issue. Starts off with him fighting the Shrew, who's this kind of rat character. And the Shrew ends up getting away. But same creative team. Erik Larsen doing everything. Chris Eliopoulos on letters. I have no idea how to say his name. I've mangled it, I'm sure. But so it gives us a little fill-in on what happened in the miniseries. He was found in the field. It also tells us that Frank Darling is being blackmailed by these bad guys to send Savage Dragon off on other missions that don't involve the Vicious Circle. It's a pretty classic panel of the dragon spitting fire on this guy. Another just head through the wall. You gotta love that. Excuse me. I'm not taking that out. I don't edit these, so you're stuck with it. Anyway, this is a great, he's setting a lot of plates spinning here. So this is this house where there's this family who's dead, and somewhere in the basement somebody's calling for their mom. We'll find out who that is later. This is interesting. Alex propositions Dragon, or maybe he propositions her, but either way, they have a flirtation that goes on for the entire series. That's almost like Sin City vibes with that bandages over the face, like Marv. And then you get just some great violence from Erik Larsen. He finally tracks down the Shrew again, and this time he's got some chainsaws, and he tears him up. I don't think he kills him, but damn, That's pretty great stuff. So what else happens in this issue? He has those glasses and that mustache. So yeah, he gets attacked by Barbaric and Ricochet. So this is their first appearance. They become members of Freak Force later. A lot of these early issues are basically setting up Freak Force, which is a team in a series that Larson is going to create, spinning off of Savage Dragon. They get into it, and then they have a little explanation that they should. This is the second time where he's had to fight good guys, so maybe that's or maybe the third if you count the Megaton Man. So we may clock that, how many times he gets in a fight with somebody just to show off their moveset and stuff, and then at the end they're like, oh, it was all a misunderstanding. We have the first Fanatics, first officially titled Fanatics page. I read through some of these, nothing too noteworthy, except that it's the last chance for the character creation contest. And let's see if I can note anything else here. I think that's about it. 6 minutes is long enough for an episode. So yeah, that was issue 1. And next up, we have issue 2 with the Turtles.